The neon sign of the dusty spur truck. Stop flickered over the cracked asphalt outside Amarillo, painting the night red and blue. Rain hissed on the tin roof while semis idled like sleeping beasts. Inside, the diner smelled of burnt coffee and bacon grease. At the far booth, a woman sat alone, coat pulled tight over the swell of her 8-month belly. Her name was Lila Carter, 26 years old, and 3 days past her last shower. She'd been standing by the gas pumps an hour earlier, cardboard sign trembling in her cold hands. "We'll do anything for food." Most drivers looked away. A few laughed. One offered $20 if she got in his rig. She'd walked back inside instead, pride stinging worse than hunger. Now she stared at the menu she couldn't afford, fingers tracing the laminated edge. The waitress, Darlene, had already refilled her water twice without being asked. Kindness like that made Lila want to cry. The bell over the door jingled. Boots crossed the floor, heavy, deliberate. A man in a sweat-stained Stetson and shearling coat stopped at her booth. He was tall, sun-browned, maybe 35, with pale green eyes that looked like they'd seen every mile of Texas and still hadn't found what they were searching for. "Mind if I sit?" His voice was low, West Texas sandpaper. Lila shrugged. "It's a free country." He slid in across from her anyway, placing his hat crown down on the table like a man who'd been taught respect. A wedding ring glinted on his left hand, but it was scratched and dull, the kind worn by someone who worked with his hands and never took it off. Darlene appeared. "Jack, the usual?" "Please, darling." He glanced at Lila. "And whatever she wants." "I'm not," Lila started. "Eat," he said simply. "A baby needs it more than your pride does." The food came. Chicken fried steak for him, a burger and fries for her, plus a chocolate milkshake she hadn't ordered. She ate like someone who'd forgotten meals were allowed to taste good. He watched without staring, cutting his steak slow. When her plate was clean, she wiped her mouth and finally spoke. "I can't pay you back." "Didn't ask you to." "I'm not for sale either," she added quickly, chin lifting. Something soft crossed his face. "I know." Silence stretched, comfortable somehow. Outside, thunder rolled over the plains. "My name's Jack Harlan," he said at last. "I've got a place 30 miles west of here. 300 acres, mostly grass and regret. My wife, Sarah. Cancer took her 2 years ago. We wanted kids. Never happened." He turned the ring on his finger. "House is too quiet. Nights are worse." Lila's throat tightened. She knew about quiet nights. "I'm not asking for anything unnatural," Jack went on, "but I'm offering something legal. You carry that baby to term on my ranch. You'll have your own room, 3 squares, a doctor in town who doesn't ask too many questions. When the baby comes, I adopt it clean through lawyers. You walk away with enough money to start over anywhere you want. Or," he paused, "you stay, as my wife if you're willing. Name on paper only at first. Or more, if it grows into that. Either way, you and that child never go hungry again." Lila laughed, a cracked sound. "You're crazy." "Probably. You don't even know me. I know you're too proud to beg and too desperate to stop. I know you flinch when trucks pull up close. I know you love that baby enough to stand in the rain with a sign." He leaned forward. "I'm offering you my name, Lila Carter. Not charity, a trade. Safety for both of you." Tears welled sudden and hot. She dashed them away, angry. "Why are you doing this?" "Because Sarah's buried under a cedar tree on my land. And every morning I tell her I'm sorry we didn't get our family. Maybe this is God or fate or dumb luck giving me a second chance. Maybe I'm just tired of eating alone." He pulled a worn leather wallet, took out a photograph, him and a dark-haired woman on horseback, both laughing. He set it face down and slid a simple gold band across the table. "Not new, Sarah's. I had it resized today," he said quietly. "Jeweler thought I was nuts." "Maybe I am." Lila stared at the ring like it might bite her. "I won't touch you," Jack added. "Not ever, unless you ask me to. That's a promise." The diner clock ticked. Rain softened to a whisper. Lila picked up the ring. It fit perfectly. 6 months later, on a morning thick with spring, Lila Harlan legally, now, gave birth to a 7-pound boy with his mother's dark hair and his father's green eyes. Jack cut the cord himself, hands shaking, tears cutting clean trails through ranch dust on his cheeks. That night, under a sky full of Texas stars, Lila stood on the porch swing, baby asleep against her chest. Jack sat beside her, not too close. "Thank you," she whispered. He looked at her then, really looked, and something long asleep woke behind his eyes. "No, Lila," he said, voice rough. "Thank you for giving me back my name's meaning." She leaned her head just a fraction against his shoulder. He didn't move, afraid to break whatever fragile thing was growing between them. Out on the prairie, a coyote called, and another answered. Life, stubborn and loud, carrying on. And for the first time in years, neither of them felt alone.